Hey ho, my name is Joe. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you are here. I am so happy you clicked on this video. So, excuse my appearance. I'm in the process of getting ready for work. I've got about 30 minutes to record this video, so I'm going to try to talk fast. Anyway, okay, so excuse my hair. I am in the process of getting ready for work. I've got about 30 minutes to record this video and whatnot, so I'm just going to go with this and go with the flow, and we're going to talk about the books that I've recently read and what I want to read for the month of August. So this is going to be a long-winded video in a short amount of time. Let's get started. Hello there. If you are new here, hi, my name is Joe. My name is Joanna, but I refer to myself as Joe. And I am Fight and Read Like a Girl, so if you are new here, I do polycystic ovarian syndrome related content as well as bookish content because that's who I am. I am always Fight and Read Like a Girl. And if you are here because you are not new here, thank you for being here and thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you so much. I have so much to talk about. Okay, so first off, let's start with the books that I have recently read. There's a lot of them. The last book that I think I talked to you guys about was Milk and Honey. So Rockfish Island, The Push, would be the next one by J.C. Fuller. This one I gave 4 out of 5 stars. So good. I listened to the audiobook. Definitely made it so I don't want to go there and whatnot. I'm going to put this on mute because sound is going to be very distracting to me. I just loved this book. I didn't give it 5 stars just because I felt like it was missing something, but it was so good. Just so good. And I highly recommend this series to you. I cannot wait for the third book. The third book is out now, but it's not out on audio yet. I just want to listen to an audio because I loved the narrator that did these two, and she's so good. So I would definitely recommend the audiobook on this, but you can pick them up on Kindle Unlimited or you can purchase them on Amazon. They are so good. Plus, I'm actually friends with J.C. Fuller on TikTok, and she is just absolutely so sweet. She's so sweet. Alright. We are going to go back here. Oh, so the next book that I can talk to you about... Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, it's right there. The next book that I can talk to you about is The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. This was a kind of like a healing book, and I annotated this like crazy. So I've got like stuff in here that I want to share with my therapist, so I gotta make a note of that. Grab this book when you go talk to your therapist tomorrow, Joe. So yeah, there is a lot in here for like the healing and whatnot. 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely would recommend this to somebody who just needs some healing and whatnot. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Like, look at all the different annotations that I have in here. Insane. Absolutely insane. I just hit myself with a book. I am so happy I read this, and I cannot wait to eventually go back through here and whatnot and reread it again and read my notes and all that fun stuff. So good. Alright, the next book that I can talk about is the memoir that Jeanette McCurdy wrote, which is I'm Glad My Mom Died. I listened to this on Audible. She narrates her own audiobook, and I found myself laughing. I found myself crying. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. I usually don't give a rating to nonfiction, but this deserved it. And I am so happy that I read this. Like, it's hard now to go back and watch iCarly, knowing what this poor girl went through. and I didn't even know she had a singing career, and I actually cannot wait to own a copy of this and reread it. It was just so good. So the next one that I have is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So many thoughts on this book. I haven't given a rating yet because I'm not really sure, because I'm still trying to process and still trying to digest it. And I am going to be sending this thing on the way soon. I don't know where I put my copy. I could probably show you the advanced reader copy, but I don't want to. It is back there. Anyway, I really did enjoy this book. And it's just, I'm not sure what rating I want to give it. And I feel like those times there was too many characters to follow, and it was just so hard to get through, so hard to read. But I feel like maybe I'm sitting on a 3.5, 4 stars, but I'm still trying to process it, and I'm trying to figure that out. But we shall see. Alright, so the last book that I'm going to talk about that I've recently read, let me grab it because I do have a copy of it. That is Saving Zoe by Alison Noel. This was actually a second reread for me, and I listened to this on Audible, and I did go skim through a couple of chapters, and I read it, listened to it on Audible, but I did also read a few pages of this, and see, it bothers me. The second reread, went back through it to see if there was something I missed on what happened to Zoe. But there wasn't anything I missed. We don't know what happened to Zoe, and that's where it leaves me with all those questions. But it was still... What did I give it? I don't remember what I gave it. Did I give it a rating? 4.75. So I love the writing in this. I love the way it's written. But Miss Noel doesn't tell us what happened to Zoe, and that's why I can never put myself to give it just 5 stars. But I also did want to reread this because apparently there's been a adaptation to it, like a movie adaptation, so I'm really excited to actually dive into that movie adaptation and see where it goes. We're going to put this back on my shelf now. We're going to go like that for now. Alright, and now we're going to get into the books that I'm going to read in the month of August, or I want to try to read in the month of August, and books that I want to finish in the month of August. And this is a very, very ambitious TBR. This is very ambitious. This TBR is filled with all different kinds of genres and a few rereads. Let's see. 3 rereads and some very ambitious stuff. So, yeah. I don't even know if I can hold this up. Alright, suppose we're going to dive right into this. I gotta put this back on that shelf. So, see, some of these I don't even know if I'll get to. But, let me explain this TBR a little bit. So there are some certain books that I want to get to on this TBR, and if I finish those books, and if I finish a certain amount that I'm happy with, then I will pick up another book and I will start reading it. Even if that starts going into September, I'm going to read it and I'm going to get through it and start it in September or whatever. I want to read through these books, and then whatever books that I don't finish will roll over into September. But we will see. So, I'm actually, this first one I'm going to go over is, I know I'm going to be reading a lot of it coming, but I definitely feel like I should read this one because I haven't yet. But that is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I did try reading Book Lovers, but it wasn't really for me, and I feel like maybe I should go and read her first book and see where that one takes me, and if I don't really care for it, then we're going to get rid of all of them. But I think Beach Read was her debut novel, maybe. But I definitely want to see what the hype of this is about, and it takes place on a beach, so I'm going to try to get myself on a beach to read this, and hopefully I can just get through it. We shall see. 358. We shall see. Maybe I'll find the audiobook and listen to it, depending on how long it is, because I might take a couple of drives somewhere. So we'll start with that one. Alright, the next one I have is actually one that I've never read by this author, and I'm surprised me myself have say that out loud. But maybe if I did read it, it was a long, long time ago. But we have The Wanderer by Sharon Creech. Now, if you guys have been following me for a while, you do know that Sharon Creech is one of my favorite all-time authors. I've loved Sharon Creech ever since like my whole reading journey began, and that was like back in the early 90s. If that doesn't show my age. Anyway, so this one is about a girl who kind of gives you like Moana vibes, is the best way I can explain it. So maybe this is how Moana was inspired. I don't know. But I never actually read it, so I think it's time to finally give it a read. One of my main goals actually in life is to read every single one of Sharon Creech's books. I'm not even like halfway there, but you know. So the next one is like a TikTok sensation, and that is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I read this. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The reason I want to read this is because I need to read the next one, or the prequel. So maybe we'll do a weekend reading vlog. I know I read this in like one day. So maybe we will do like a reading vlog to this. Alright. This next one is a reread for me. I don't know if I read it last year. But I feel like it is time for me to reread it. Because it has a lot to do with my tattoo. But that is Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. I'm definitely wanting to get this reread. This is one of my all-time favorite books. If you've been following me, you know this. This is one of my all-time favorite books of like all time. And I will continue to recommend this book for like ever and always. So there's that. But if you're not familiar with this story, you follow a girl named, what's her name? Oh my god, I forgot her name. Maggie. And her father is a book doctor, and he travels around the country fixing books. And he also has a special power. If he reads a book out loud, it comes to life. Well, he did that one day, and Maggie's mother disappeared. And all the characters from the book are now out in the world, and the characters in the book are trying to get all the copies of Inkheart and burn them so they can stay in this world. And Dustfinger, or Mo, and Maggie and all that are trying to stop them. So I think it's time for me to reread this because I know I'm missing some details on that. Alright, so this next one is a Goodreads giveaway that was sent to me. It's a advanced reader copy. This doesn't come out until October. But I definitely feel like in my life this came at the perfect time. Your Difference is Your Strength, a guide to accepting yourself for anyone who has ever felt out of place by Chris Farno. I've always felt out of place, and when I saw this on a Goodreads giveaway, I knew I had to enter, and I was surprised that I actually bought or won it, and I'm very, very excited. So thank you to St. Martin's Press for sending this to me. This came at the most perfect time in my life, and I'm so excited to read this and give my honest review, and I hopefully will be picking up an actual copy of it when it comes out. So happy. I know this is going to be one of those books I'm going to have to get through before October. But otherwise than that, I'm so excited. I am so happy that I have this in my life. But that is the only nonfiction that I have on this list. The next one that I have is a reread for me, and it's only a reread because I recently recommended it to somebody, and I was so vague on some of the details because I barely remember it. But there's also rumors that there's a sequel coming out, so that's why I feel like I need to reread it. But we got Ebros by Ursula Pomsky. I read this back in 2019 and absolutely loved it. Gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So this one is about a video game that watches you, and it knows, like, if you're trying to cheat, it knows, like, everything about you, and it manipulates your life in frightening ways. Why did I say that in a southern accent? Manipulates your life. God, my coworker's rubbing off on me. Anyway, so it manipulates your life and just tries to take over your life, and it's just so good. I cannot wait to dive back in and just be afraid of video game again. Alright, so this one's a long time coming. I've been watching this book and eyeballing this book since I came up with an idea for a book that I want to write, and I need to read this series because I'm hoping that my series is nothing like it, that I have the idea that I have for. But we've got The Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valentine. I don't know much about this, but I know I need to read it, and I'm probably going to try to go into this blind. So the copy that I received was actually ferried to me, or book ferried, whatever, from TikTok. Somebody had gifted this to me from TikTok. I have no idea who did it, but that's why I have a copy of this, and I'm very excited to actually dive into this. I want to know what this world's all about, and hopefully I don't hate it, because either you love it or you hate it. So I have a feeling I'm not going to like this. Alright, sorry about that. My camera battery died and I had to have it charged. I had to go to work. So the next day I'm finishing out this video. Anyway, so sorry for that weird transition. Anyway, so we were talking about the Zodiac Academy. I don't remember what I said about it. Yeah. So I don't remember if I really talked about it much. I'll have to go back and watch my video, but it's whatever. We're going to dive back in. So, next book I want to try to get to is What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. I've had this on multiple TBRs. I don't even know if I'll get through it, but hopefully I can. At this point, it is what it is. This one is like a psychological thriller. That's why I'm really into it. So hopefully we can get through that. Alright. Next, I would really like to try to pick up Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarbrough. This book has taken TikTok and Instagram and BookTube by storm. This book is sold out everywhere. I'm even lucky I have myself a copy of it. Like, this book is like seriously like the hottest thing. And I've seen people hate it. I've seen people love it. And I'm hoping I love this. I mean, it has dragons. Why wouldn't I love it? But I hope that I love it. I mean, it's got a really awesome looking fantasy world in it. I hope I love it because I've seen some people hate it, and like some of my favorite people here on YouTube or BookTube that I watched, and they said they hated it. It's like, I don't know where to go with that. So hopefully I love it. So next I have 2 books that I'm currently reading, and I want to try to get them finished in the month of August. If I don't get them finished, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world, but it kind of is, because I've been reading these for far too long. First one I have is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Yeah, I would like to get this finished. I stopped on page 142. Not really sure why I stopped reading it. I just stopped reading it. I mean, I got notations in here and everything, and I just stopped. I don't know why I stopped reading it. I was enjoying it, but I think I got distracted by other books. And the one that I'm also still currently reading is Spare by Prince Harry. I have been reading this book for like ever, and I know it's time to get finished. I have been listening to the audiobook because he narrates his audiobook. So yeah, it's time to get that finished. The last book I'm going to go ahead and talk about is a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time. I think it came out this year. Maybe, maybe not. Is by a very loved author. Everybody's loved him, like, right from the get-go. This came out last year, actually. So everybody's loved this author right from the get-go, like, right from his first novel. But we've got Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I mean, I can't say I love Stephen King's writing, but I have loved him enough to read more books by him. I've read like a couple of books by him, and yeah, it's time to get this baby read. But yeah. So, if you made it this far, thank you. I'm sorry for the weird way this video played out, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of these books. Get these, what the fuck? I'm going to go ahead and get these books put away, get this video and footage uploaded, go ahead and start editing. I do have to go to work today, and it's going to be a long week, but I will get through it. So if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for watching. Every book that I mentioned is always listed down below. If you want to go ahead and check them out for yourself, I've got some affiliate links down below. If you purchase them, then I get a little bit of credit. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you hit subscribe to join my cute little family, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!